So, guys, it's David here, and it's currently day 351. I do hope you guys are doing wonderfully well and are doing better than yesterday. But what if I told you that we are unhappy is because we choose to be unhappy? That we are not successful because we choose to not reach our goals? You see, from what I have lived thus far, I understood something that our present reality was never the thing holding us back. What seems as the problem was never the issue that is holding our potential from blossoming. Every time we are unhappy, it's not because of what the present made us feel, but we hold on to how we used to feel. We hold on to these old memories that makes us feel in a certain way, and we conjure that memory when we want to feel a certain way. See, we are unhappy not because life is not good at the moment, not because life is not wonderful. Sure, you may have some up and downs, you may have had a shit day, but overall, life could always be appreciated. No matter how much adversity strikes you, there is still always something to see and to be grateful of. There's always that light within your darkest moments. But we always make our feelings in a certain way because we hold on to our old memories. We hold on to these old emotions and we foresee or forecast the future with these emotions. We are held back by fear not because we are scared to advance in our careers, to advance and improve in our skill sets, to add value to the world, but rather we are scared based on what has happened to us in the past. Therefore, we are using our past experience to determine the future and to set the future as if our past is going to be the future. That creates fear and that creates unhappiness, and that is the cause to most of our problems. Because if we understand and actually have a clear look at the present moment, it is not the present that we are mad about, it is not the present that we are to blame for, but it is always something that reminds us of that makes the present just unbearable. We are not wanting to success and we are not where we want to be because simply we don't believe we deserve it. Sometimes we are just addicted to our old emotions. It is so much easier and so much more addicting to play as a victim, to see yourself in third person and always say to yourself, David, you don't deserve victory. You've been a screw up, a fuck up for your entire life. Your family didn't love you. Your friends didn't love you. You have no one else. So why is it that you think you can become someone? You see, it is always more simple and quite comforting in a way to reinforce this belief, reinforce this anchor over and over again when you're on the brink of breaking free from your old self. Why? Because you latch on to this feeling of addiction, right? You latch on to this feeling of perhaps unworthiness. You latch on to this. You latch on to being an outcast, to being the black sheep, to being a nobody, because that is who you know yourself to be. And for your entire life, you have been unappreciated. You have been undermined. So you think that this is who you are. And every time you have a chance of successing, every time you have a chance to prove yourself wrong, your old memory starts to pull you back, just slowly reeling you in and saying and whispering to your ear, saying that you are not good enough, that this is not who you are, and you should not escape your fate. You see, we are unhappy not because we choose to be unhappy, but because we choose to relive those moments when we are unhappy, when we are lonely, when we are sad, when we feel like we are like a worthless piece of crap. We relive those moments because we know for a long time, perhaps our whole lives, that that is who we are. And we will never break free and really take control of our lives, of our own destiny, if we cannot detach ourselves from these old addictions of what it feels like to be us. We have to let these addictions go. We have to let the addiction of our old emotions go. We have to stop feeling sorry for ourselves. We have to stop feeling sorry and being the victim, saying that we are not worthy, because in every context, we can be worthy. It is a choice. But every time when you're so close to just making that right choice, you find yourself falling backwards. Every time you are consistent at something, you always find a way to just screw everything up. Now, if this sounds like you don't have a problem at committing. You don't have a discipline problem. You don't lack the skill sets to be good at something. But you are holding yourself back to be that someone who is going to be good at something. Because on a subconscious level, perhaps unconsciously, you are holding the chains that is pulling you down, and you are refusing to let yourself go because it is scary. It is a very scary thing to be uncertain of what it is to lose yourself, even if that means to lose a negative side of your belief, even if that means losing the identity of being a nobody or being the fat kid and stepping into the gym. It is scary to lose your only identity in who you believe yourself. It is scary to be nobody. To be in the present as a nobody, holding on to no grudges, no past emotions, and not foreseeing the future with your old self. The present moment, the present reality is a very peaceful and calmful place to be. Every time I have recentered myself in the present, not one bit have I been dissatisfied. Not one bit have I been held back by this worry or fear. Because there's nothing to be afraid of if you know nothing to compare of. And that is when you lose yourself and become nothing but present energy. You stop comparing, you stop judging, and you start to embrace life for what it is, to face life in front of you and create new experiences, to relive life and form new memories, hopefully positive emotions. So, present is not the reason why we are unhappy, nor is it the reason that we are unsuccessful. The reason we are is because we choose not to be happy. We choose not to be happy, and we choose not to fulfill our goals. So stop feeling sorry for yourself. Stop playing the victim. Stop saying that you are not good enough to be who you want to be. And although on a conscious level, you know that's the right thing to do, to build self-esteem, to build courage, but you have to understand where your beliefs lie on an unconscious level. What do you think yourself to truly be, and how do you talk to yourself in those moments of doubt, worry, and fear? It is with this can you truly understand what you think of yourself when you fall asleep, what you think of yourself when you face adversity. And understanding this, then you may have a clear chance to really untwine these old memories and hopefully break free from your old addictions. With that being said, it has been an amazing day, and I do hope you guys have learned something from this. But if not, like always, I'll be here for you guys tomorrow. But until then, good night.